Hello and welcome to Fangin, Volume 2. This is James, aka the guy called Tom, and I'm joined by
Harry. That's it, just Harry.
And my name's Campbell White. And you can find me at my website, campbellwhite.com, where there's illustrations, or you can join me on Twitter, or you can just harass me digitally in whichever way you'd like. I'm not fussy.
What have you guys been up to?
Did anyone... Are we recording?
Yes.
We are. Did anyone watch free-to-air West TV last night? Local community channel, Don's Party.
Oh.
Or has anyone seen Don's Party?
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it twice.
Harry, have you seen Don's Party?
I've never seen Don's Party.
Mr. Burns' favourite movie.
I was about to say, it came on TV and I thought, I've never seen this, but this is my old history teacher's favourite film, so I thought I'd better watch it at long last.
And what'd you think?
It was amazing. I loved it. It was incredible.
What's it called?
Don's Party. When is it set? The 1976 Australian election?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And what was it? Labor was kind of pegged for a win, and the Liberals took it home, I believe.
I don't know, I can't remember. I haven't watched it so long. I watched it it in high school because Mr. Burns made us watch it, and then I watched it myself. It was on, it was probably on SBS or something like that, or ABC. I watched it again.
But
probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, and it's basically at an election barbecue hosted by a bunch of Labor supporters. And, they just get pissed and hang out, and it's quite provocative. And, I liked it. I liked it a lot. But what shocked me is, has anyone been watching The Slap? I think it's been showing on ABC.
No.
Based on the book by, who was it, Christos Chogos? Sorry?
It seems that everyone is watching The Slap. But to me, I'm sorry, but it looks like the most boring thing ever. Just
Fair
personally.
enough. I'm loving The Slap.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
loving it. But
Good.
Slap made
Okay.
now, Don's Party made late 70s, early 80s, and not much has changed. They both set at barbecues about kind of grotesque Australian caricatures, and it's just the same shit, just a different decade.
Should I watch Don's Party? That sounds better.
Yeah, watch Don's Party. There's more titties.
Oh, is there titties?
Oh, heaps. And cocks. It's one of those great films where for every pair of titties there's also a cock. So it's sort of that...
Fantastic.
It's one of those kind of equal opportunity films where everyone's getting it out. And so you don't feel pervy.
Good.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you watch... I don't know, you watch something like...
Game of Thrones?
yeah, I was about to say, that's exact. I was searching for Game of Thrones. It's all...
No penis in Game of Thrones?
I don't think so. I think there's lots of big old titties all over the place.
It's a bit of edge.
Yeah, bit of edge, nice rump at a rumps. But you do feel a bit pervy because there isn't that balance where you go, oh yeah, there's a sneaky cock, and you go, oh, I didn't really want to see that, but there it is. So I kind of had to look at a bit of a cock, and there was a tit. So it's all part of the experience, you know. But it's not. It's just titties.
And it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Where there's titties, there's generally cock as well.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And to do one without the other is obviously showing a bias.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a visual bias there.
Yeah.
But I think showing a bit of cock is a little bit. It's more exciting for the because you don't expect it anymore. Maybe
It's like the taboo.
Yeah, maybe audiences in the 70s it was quite normal. If there were titties out, you're going to think, oh, I'll probably see a cock soon. Until you don't see, oh, there's the cock. Yeah, all right.
Was there like boner?
No. It was skinny dipping, but like 5 guys with their cocks out.
That's
Like all the main characters getting them out.
Just in case we haven't introduced this yet, but this is the CHOGM special. This is the CHOGM, it's CHOGM here in Perth.
Yeah, CHOGM.
And we're excited about the politics.
Which for international non-Commonwealth countries, do you want to introduce what CHOGM is?
It's the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting.
So can you explain to those non-Commonwealth countries perhaps what the Commonwealth is?
Basically, if you were...
If they don't know.
Yeah. Commonwealth is basically all the countries under the rule of England.
So that's pretty much
from
every
the
country
empire.
in the world.
Yeah, all the cool countries. So, like Australia, India,
from the US.
Canada, South Africa. I don't know. South Africa might have not been anymore. I don't know.
No, there's parts of South
Yeah.
Africa, I think. Aren't there? There's parts of South Africa?
Malaysia
Those
is
are the
probably
ones.
part of it.
Yeah.
Malaysia?
I don't know if Hong
Singapore.
Kong would Hong Kong still be in it,
Hong
or are
Kong's
they?
probably
No.
not,
What
yeah.
happens once they get independence?
I think Hong Kong can still compete in the Commonwealth Games, but they might not be involved in this because they're China now. So, in the
But
actual,
well, it's only in a technicality that. Anyway, who else?
sorry.
There's heaps of there are heaps of other countries as well, aren't there? Like
oh yeah,
because we had a list at work.
New
Of
Zealand, probably like the Fiji or Samoa. Those
India,
It's probably one of
maybe.
Papua New Guinea. Do they come?
Yeah,
out?
Papua New Guinea. Would be
Well, they were
Heaps
part
of
Australia.
Indonesia.
Um,
Tonga's probably. Yeah.
Tonga is.
Lots of little Pacific
What
islands.
about Mozambique?
Yeah, it's probably a bunch
I
of
don't know.
Probably
African countries.
Scotland, Ireland, Wales.
Yeah. So I mean,
Northern Ireland.
at one
not-
point, Britain,
Yeah.
the tiny nation, once ruled pretty much most
Yeah.
of planet Earth.
The sun never set on the British Empire.
No,
It was the largest empire ever.
which is quite remarkable considering how small.
I think it's because they just didn't have any opposition.
Well, they did have
Oh, come on. Everyone opposed them.
Yeah.
Well, all the nations
Well-
that they tried to take over opposed them.
Really?
Plus, they were in
Oh, only
competition.
America did.
Oh, the Indians.
Oh, the India. What about Gandhi?
Oh, well, that was this century. That was 1960s, wasn't it? No,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was after.
Yeah, I guess.
That was after World War II. Maybe.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
count
wanna
anything
agree.
after World War II.
Yeah, well, there was the Spanish. and
What, you
there was
don't
the
count
French.
any resistance efforts after World War II?
No, yeah, because the British Empire sort of just collapsed because it couldn't afford.
Well, it needed to repair itself.
Yeah,
Mm.
it spent all its money. Gee, oh, you got it.
Okay, so basically, there's a lot of different countries, different interests, different concerns, all share basically one similarity, which is that
Her match.
yeah, they have a token queen that is
There's not
all
much.
of our queens. Really, she doesn't do anything.
Like,
from the majority
Queen of England
countries,
is the Queen of Australia.
and the queen of all these other Commonwealth countries, but only in the most token of senses, really.
Well,
No.
that's the same for every country.
Oh, what about?
The UK.
Yeah, but she's just a token person there.
No, she wields that country with an iron. Rules that country. They
She has
used
the
to call
same-
her the
she
Iron
has the
Lady.
same- I'm pretty sure she has the same.
What about all
powers.
those miners that she used to give such a hard time?
Text message from her?
iMessage. It's awesome. Do you have iMessage yet?
I've upgraded my phone to iOS.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Fine.
yeah, I saw
iMessage.
that your last message came through as an iMessage.
Okay.
So yes,
So that's what the Commonwealth is. The Commonwealth is all the countries with little Union Jacks on it.
and
their
basically
flags.
every 2 years they have a big meeting, kind of like the G8 or the G20, but it's just the Commonwealth nations. And this year Perth is hosting, so we've got a bunch of security crackdowns and stuff. Air Force flying over, buzzing my house. What are you guys' thoughts on CHOGM?
It's awesome.
Yay or nay?
Okay. CHOGM, Harry.
It's awesome. I love
It's
it.
awesome. Flat out awesome.
Yeah, just totally great.
What is everyone wearing this year? That's the big question. I haven't seen what their uniform is.
Oh, do they have special uniforms?
Because every year they get everyone to dress.
Yeah, really stupidly.
Well, it tends to be in traditional people's clothing. So if you think that's stupid, that's fine.
No, but it's
Yeah, but it's
No,
probably
but it
some
looks
white
token.
person's impression
It looks,
of the
yeah,
name.
it's touristy. It's
Yeah.
touristy because otherwise, all these fat white people in traditional costumes
Yeah.
looks stupid. So it tends to be people with like a Hawaiian shirt on and some board shorts, and they go, "Yeah, we're in Tonga, being awesome." I'm all for the Queen. Love the Queen. Love the monarchy. But I think CHOGM's pretty stupid. In that, the only thing that unifies these countries is the Queen. So, what do they talk about? Do they just get together and all go, "Yeah, we've got a Queen. We either like her or we don't like her"? Is that just the thrust of it?
I guess because I heard that G20 is next month, and 5 of the Commonwealth countries in the in the G20, and so if we make some kind of pact, we have we go in with 5 allies with these 5 countries.
Very clever.
And it's a chance for all those other countries to influence, to get a voice in the G20. And it's just another international forum where countries get together and talk about international issues. And it's
Also,
a bunch of countries that all have a shared sort of history and some sort of shared culture. So I suppose they've...
and also
they all
it's
drink tea.
issues within the Commonwealth. Okay, so I think the last CHOGM, the big issue was Zimbabwe, and we put a trade ban. All the Commonwealth nations agreed to put a trade ban on them until they sorted their stuff out.
So Zimbabwe is like a Commonwealth country, right?
I think so.
And I'm just summarising. I'm guessing the Zimbabwean government were being rascals, right?
Yeah.
So why doesn't the Queen sit down with them and just be like...
Well, I think that's the idea, but then they had a bit of spat and Zimbabwe got kicked out. Or suspended.
What? The Queen kicked them out?
Suspended them, from the Commonwealth.
But that's the opposite of what she needs to do.
She needs to chill out.
She
Like
needs...
Ali G, get the weed, put the weed in the tea and get everything sorted.
Yeah.
I don't
Or
think it
she
was
needs to
actually
step
the
in.
Queen that kicked them out.
I think it was an agreement against all the heads of
I
government.
think it was the CHOGMs. Yeah.
So CHOGM can kick people out of CHOGM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like the Queen's special group, although it is kind of like the
Well,
Queen's special
essentially is the Queen's special
Yeah,
group.
and I guess they all come together to advise her on what they're up to
Dibba-dobba style.
in her realms.
Like I heard Zimbabwe is being...
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
on my side of the
That's
of
right.
the land mass.
She uses all the information to write her Christmas speech
Oh, really?
So it's really important.
about what the world was up to this year. Do you realise she's not the oldest reigning monarch yet?
In the
Queen
world?
Victoria is still reigned 3 years more than what our current Queen is.
Man, Queenie will beat Vicky, no worries.
Yeah,
She's
probably.
fit as a horse.
Touch wood.
She's in Perth, yeah. So is anyone going to go out and visit her? That's the next big question.
Or should we sing the national anthem before we get started?
Which one?
God save the Queen.
Yeah. No.
I don't know the word.
I don't know the words
God
either.
save the Queen.
I'm guessing that's part of it. God save the Queen. We'll just say that.
It's like a Queen song.
Oh, you
That's
think-
No,
it. I
think it's
that's-
Bohemian Rhapsody, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was written for her. There should be more rapping in that song, I always thought.
Moving just away from CHOGM just for a moment, what have you guys been consuming?
I made some wicked spinach and broccoli cannelloni.
Yep.
Didn't have enough spinach, so I busted out a nice organic biodynamic broccoli, and
Spinach alternative.
Whoa.
yeah, it was good.
I've been having some greens from my garden.
Oh, jealous.
So we got some salad.
For those who don't know, back at home, Harry's got a bit of a green thumb.
Not really.
Oh, you started
your garden's
you've started
pretty
at
awesome.
a veggie patch, have you?
Yeah, the veggie pat's awesome.
Yeah. It's kind of dying now, though.
Last
The
time,
heat.
last time I was over at Harry's house,
Kills
there
it.
was a whole salad made of vegetables from your garden. It was wicked. Anything else?
I had pizza this afternoon.
Sorry, by consumption, do you mean
Yeah.
Anything.
digestion?
Yeah, consuming food, movies, TVs, games.
I've been listening to a bit of Whiz Rock that was gifted to me by Harry and Briny.
Fuck yeah.
For those who don't know, Whiz Rock is wizarding rock, Harry Potter themed music.
So it's like
What's your favourite song?
It's like a mixtape.
It was like a mixtape. My favourite song, I especially liked one by the Hermione Crookshanks Experience, I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called. I'm really fond of both the Whiz Rock songs that are really, really sentimental and sort of over the top in that way. And then also the ones that are just like ridiculous. Beans is fun. I know you're a fan of Beans. And there was one that I think it's called like Who's the Wizard Now?
Is that Muggle Magic?
I think it's by Muggle Magic. Oh no, the song's called Muggle. Yeah, it's called Muggle Magic. Yeah. It's about how
Humans are awesome.
humans are essentially wizards, and how the internet's better than an owl, and how Concorde jets are better than broomsticks, and how we can travel to the moon. Well, not no one in this room, but collectively we can. Yeah, the wizards can't. And how we're much better than wizards, and our world's really much more exciting.
Wizard World.
So, Harry Potter and cannelloni.
Yep.
That sums up my week. James, I know you're dying to tell everyone what you've been consuming.
Well, I've been pretty busy
Producing or consuming?
producing.
Can you
One
put it
thing
up on
I
the big
have
screen?
been consuming is Real Racing 2, but maybe that's more for the auto section.
Is it real or is it fake racing?
It's fake racing.
Okay. So you haven't been
But
hitting
the only thing
track.
interesting about it is the cars that I've been using.
Are you gonna save it for auto section?
Yeah, I'm
or
going to
are you-
save it for auto section. I also, did I talk about it in the last podcast? I bought my first game in like 9 months for Xbox. Well, first like on a disc game, like $60, $100 game or whatever, $80 game.
Ooh,
Was it that one that's on TV?
Rage.
Oh, no, it's not on
Rage.
TV.
No, I think
Yeah.
that was that ABC drama, wasn't it? That was on TV. Why do they make games like that? What was that? What's that your mum watching?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Downton
Why do they
Abbey.
make games
I
like that?
am obsessed with Downton Abbey.
Why isn't that a
That's my
video
favourite
game?
show.
It's a crappy show, James.
Harry, it's amazing.
It's like
What
like
is it?
Home and Away.
Yeah, it is Home and Away, but it's
In Downton.
it's in
Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
That's a great idea for a show.
Yeah,
Proven formula. Just give it a little twist.
yeah. It's anything's better than Home and Away. Like
No, it's
Gossip
exactly the
Girl
same as Home and
is Home and Away, but set in Upper East Side, New York, and it's way better.
Oh, I didn't bring wine. Sorry.
I better go back and get some. Anyway, you've been real racing and an Xbox game.
Rage,
Rage.
which is the new game by like Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein people.
Oh, so what is it, like a simulation game? Sort
It's
of a dating
like-
sim.
Is it as good as Wolfenstein 3? I mean, just Wolfenstein.
It's kind of like a cross between Grand Theft Auto and Fallout, maybe. It's like an RPG light. Like all you do is craft stuff, but the crafting's all just simply just collect stuff and press a button. Vroom, suddenly you've got this new thing in your inventory, and it's sort of like you're in a hub world. It's an open world, and then you go to missions which are like more like the traditional Doom, shoot 'em up levels, right? But in between there, in the hub world, you can get a dune buggy because it's in like this desert, and you can upgrade it with machine guns and rockets. So when you're driving to the mission, like, unlike Grand Theft Auto where it's like, this one you just like just blow everyone up, man. It's really cool. And you can go do races to earn money. And apparently there's this really deep card game like Magic, which I think I played one version and it was so complicated it freaked me out.
So a game within a game.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
awesome.
like you collect cards in the world and then you go to the guy who runs the game in the pub and then you play the game and bet money on it.
Is there an in-game real world store where you can purchase cards?
Not that I found yet. There may be.
Okay.
That'd be
Because that's
lame.
my suspicion.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because you can play, talking about games within games, you can play Bejeweled in World of Warcraft, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to log out. You can
Yeah, it's
while you're
like
playing a game. If you get a bit sick of World of Warcrafting,
But
you
don't
can
want to
Bejewel.
log out.
Yeah. But isn't that amazing? You know,
Yeah.
these levels of immersion where, you know, we're logging out of our physicality into World of Warcraft. Conquering dragons, etc., etc., and then you get tired of that and you need a bit of a break, so then you bejewel. And is that a verb?
I think
bejewel?
there's one.
To vajazzle?
Yeah.
No.
I think it should be vajazzle.
I think, yeah.
So what does vajazzle mean? Just clarification.
It's like dazzle you with a vagina.
Oh, no, it's where you...
What's
where
that
you,
effect when you... if a girl
No.
dazzles with your vagina.
No, it's a vajazzle. Vajazzling is sticking diamantes onto the
Vagina.
the
yeah,
vulval area,
Yeah.
and in patterns like
The
butterflies and on the labia,
Yeah.
and love hearts, names, words
Yeah, nice.
with diamantes. That's vajazzling,
Yeah,
but it's also a verb to play bejeweled, to vajazzle.
cool. There is a game company, which I think basically what they do is every game they bring out, they put their previous game in that world and you can play it within the
Oh,
world.
that's clever.
So basically you can wait till they bring out all the games of all time and play everything they've ever played. Or
Oh, can you enter each world? Is it like Babushka Dolls, where if you were to play their most recent game, you could jump inside their previous game, and then when you're inside that, you could jump inside the game before that, and then
I think so.
Deeper. That's another sort of weird.
I think that's what it is. So basically, every time you buy the new game, you're getting the old ones for free. So I guess if you haven't played their old games, you're getting the new ones free. I think that's how it works. Or it may be that it just links to those games, so you have to own them. So you have to just boot it off your hard drive. But
one of the big games for GameCube was Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And in that game, you played a little animal in a village, and it was a non-conflict based game. You're collecting bugs, collecting fossils, planting fruit trees, posting letters to people. It was all just like The Sims, except much better and cuter and funner. But in it, you had a little house, and you could decorate it with furniture and things, and you could buy an old NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and you could find and buy and win in lotteries and so on and so forth, old Nintendo Entertainment System games, and then play them. So likewise with playing Bejeweled and World of Warcraft, you could sit down, your character could sit down and then boot up, I don't know, Super Mario Brothers or Balloon Fight or anything, and then you could sit there playing that like a perfect emulation, which was really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And you collect all these NES games.
And it's like old style graphics, they're not like...
Oh, yeah, it's the original games. No, original. Fully original games.
Okay, so, and it's on the disc, it doesn't...
Yep, it's on the disc. You wouldn't have to connect online or anything like that. No. It's all in there. Because I guess the games are so tiny. They're like... They're so tiny. Yeah. It's startling how small these games are. If you ever...
That's why
if you own a physical copy and you choose if you'd like to download a backup copy online, these things, it's
easy.
Terrifying how quick they download.
What else have you guys been consuming? Is there anything else?
I've been doing a lot of Statistica 17.0.
Right. Is this on your iPad?
No, it's on my computer.
What's the stats like?
Bloody great.
Does it make charts?
Yeah, it does charts.
How is the visualization software on it? Do you have different
viz
options?
Or is it just...
It does, but
Excel.
it's too complicated for me. I just do that.
Okay. Because I watched a TED Talk on, I think it was called No More Boring Data, and it was all about dynamic ways of representing data and visualize it. It was cool. I was like, wow, that data is exciting. I actually watched 2 TED Talks back to back, and they were both about representing data in visual ways. One was by like this graphic designer who was doing all sorts of cool stuff, and the other guy was by, I don't know, someone else doing cool stuff. And I was like, wow, data visualization.
Bar charts, I'm all about bar charts.
Oh yeah, traditionalist.
Yeah.
Not pie charts?
James, pie charts are like the enemy.
Oh,
are they really?
Yeah.
But like
it's the most inefficient waste of space.
I like Venn diagrams.
I'm fond of
displaying Venn diagrams are good, although they don't have a lot of use.
I put Venn diagrams in everything.
Venn diagrams allow for a lot of humour. They're great for humour as well.
Yeah, so much potential.
Mm.
Back to CHOGM.
Oh,
are you guys for or against? Oh, do you want
to? Yeah, no, we can keep talking about CHOGM.
What are you guys for or against the Republic?
Whatever. I'm pretty apathetic.
I like the Queen, but I kind of feel...
Yeah, no, I'm totally for the Republic. I like the Queen. I changed my mind.
I can make a convincing argument, don't I? Yeah. Look, yeah, I love the Queen, but her role within Australia is so token that I kind of feel neither here nor there about whether we... I don't know.
The royal family... I mean, the Queen's alright, but the royal family's like total crock of shit. The rest of them are bloody...
Oh, but you can't... No, twats. But you can't have her without... You can't have her without them.
Well, I know, but I'd rather... Like, it's a choice. Do you have her and put up with them, or do you not have any of them?
Throwing out the baby with the bathwater, isn't it?
Yeah, but in reality, she's not much of a baby, so just chuck them all out.
What, and her? I thought you just said you love the Queen.
Yeah, I like the Queen.
And you want us to stay...
Yeah, well, I changed my mind, didn't I? I reserve the right to change my mind as often as I please.
We need you at CHOGM.
Going back to games, we're all over the place here. You know it's the 10th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3.
Today? Or just in general?
This week.
Wow.
Does that make you feel old?
I remember playing it.
Grand Theft Auto 3, that's the 3D version.
Yeah.
Oh, 3?
Yeah, the 3D version is 10 years.
So the top down would be like 15
Mind
years
spin.
No, because then when you said that, I was remembering playing the original Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto.
That was awesome.
I remember playing that at Cameron's house. On his computer.
So, yeah, but
I think it peaked back then.
3D? It just
you
went
never
down.
played...
Nah, top down is the best. That was awesome.
you guys didn't play the Grand Theft Auto 3 or its sequels?
I think I've kind of had a limited experience with it. I think all the times I've played it have been with you, James.
Yeah, just walking around killing shit and trying to do tricks in cars.
Yeah, I remember playing it a few times. Before I played Grand Theft Auto 3, I was really into Driver. I used to play that a lot at Fred's house.
That game was sweet.
Driver, which had, it was obviously all about driving, but it had that kind of open world experience, which I really liked. So I didn't really think Grand Theft Auto added much to it. Although obviously you could explode things and you could do a lot more. But I don't think I enjoyed that much.
I was always pissed off that you died whenever you fell into the water. Thought
That
was a bit
seemed a bit
unrealistic.
I think in the sequels they did change that so you could swim across rivers and stuff.
And I think it was always about trying to, with these sort of sandbox games, so much of it's about trying to test the limits.
Yeah.
See if you can break or see what you can't do.
It's not about providing like a unique, awesome game. It's about...
No. It's about like, what have they forgotten about?
Yeah, one up.
And I remember one of the things I used to do in that game was to jump on the back of a pickup truck that was being driven by a civilian and then shoot from the back of that. I used to quite enjoy that. That's quite a specific memory of that game. Because that was one of those testing things. It's like, you can jump on the back of civilian vehicles and have them keep driving around. So can I shoot from the back of it? And then what starts happening then? And so on and so forth.
And can you, like, if you shoot a tree, will it fall over?
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. But I don't think Driver allowed that amount of... Obviously, it didn't allow that amount of experimentation. But because of that, because it was a little bit narrower in focus, I think it was perhaps a more fun game. It was more directed, you know what I mean? Like you were driving. You had to get from A to B. It was like a race game. Yeah. There are other cars on the road. You got to do this and that. But
there are missions within it, but like it's very focused sort of gameplay.
Whereas GTA 3 then is all
It's trying
about
to be
like
everything.
Yeah, it's like you can
drive,
do this or you can do that or you don't have to do anything at all. Just have fun, and then you start having fun and you're testing the limits of it.
And that becomes the game.
Yeah. James, what do you think? You had much more experience with the game.
I just loved the atmosphere of the game. My main memory was just I would just walk around and just watch because it would be every hour would be a day, so you just sort of watch the sun move over and the way it affected the world. And that was the first game I ever felt like I was living in this real world, and there's pedestrians that did weird stuff and cars going by, you can change it, and it was really surreal. It was the first time I ever felt like actually immersed in a world, and I only mucked around in that game. The only Grand Theft game I played the actual full mission was Grand Theft Auto 4, which was like a whole generation ahead, but
GTA 4.
Yeah. But it's crazy that that's 10 years since that.
So that came out, when we were just leaving, high school?
Yeah. I do remember playing it maybe after high school. I don't remember playing it in... I mean, my brother had it, so we probably played it in 2001, but I probably wasn't allowed to play it with you guys until... my brother got bored of his PlayStation 2 and I just took it over. But yeah. Next topic. Autos. Fangin news.
Fangin.
Car Fangin, not Fangin.
Well, we're going to get onto Vampire Fangin later.
Yeah.
That's another section.
Did you guys see the tragic MotoGP accident?
No. What's MotoGP?
It's like the Grand Prix. It's like F1 for motorcycles.
Oh, F1 for motorcycles. No.
I think I saw it on the news.
It was pretty tragic.
Some guy died.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was pretty shocking. If you don't like gruesome stuff, don't Google
Was it gruesome? Because I just saw this guy like lying on the floor.
Yeah.
I tried not to watch, but
But it wasn't like, you didn't see blood spurting everywhere, but it was just kind of like you knew he was dead straight away. He was just like a ragdoll from like a video game, just like on the ground. Because usually even if someone's knocked out conscious, there's a bit of like before they go extinct.
Well, bodies, there's something strange, isn't it? Bodies look one way. Not, I've never seen it in real life, but when you see these sorts of incidents, a body does look like a very different thing when it's dead.
And and it was really, the gross thing was like, you can't tell, but just you'll put yourself in that situation, and like the other bikes knocked his helmet across, so he was sliding across the bitumen face down, like his nose was grinded off by the. So
what happened? Sorry, so it's in the MotoGP.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening. We can't really show this on the podcast, but he was going out wide on the corner and he went to cut back in, but he was sort of, have you watched MotoGP?
No.
Basically, to go around the corners, they have to lean right down, so they're only like a centimetre off the ground.
And they're right. Close,
and he was scraping against the ground and just lost control, cut across two other cars, and they both like ran him over. And one guy managed to like bobble over and keep on, the other guy went flipping up over his cycle. But he was able to get up straight away. This guy, I guess, in the process of just, his helmet, I don't know whether he had properly secured or just the force just ripped this guy's helmet off. And you just sort of, because explosion, then you just sort of see this body just appearing out, just sliding out back onto the bitumen.
With no helmet on?
No helmet on, no, just face down.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. But yeah, I didn't watch the actual live. But, because I watched it last week and the Australian won the whole World Series, I was like, that's about my extent of my interest, so. So it must have been the end of the season. He almost made it through, but not quite.
That's not nice at all.
Cheering up. So I was playing Real Racing 2, which is like an iPhone game.
Real Racing 2, okay.
It's meant to test your...
real racing ability?
The full abilities of the iPhone 4S, and and I was only going to play like 2 levels, and that's it. I just bought it purely to test, as a testing thing. And then I saw that you could, like, if you kept on racing and kept on winning money and that, you can buy the new McLaren MP13C, whatever. It's like got the worst name ever.
Yeah. It's catchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess you just call it the new McLaren.
The new McLaren, yeah. And I was like, whoa, they have this in a game already? And so I spent the next half a day
trying to get it.
Did you get it?
I did, eventually.
And how is it? Is it just amazing?
It was awesome. I changed the colour. I had it in its, like, how on all the advertising it's orange. I changed it to, like, blue.
Yeah, I don't like that orange.
So I got a paint job for $5,000. And I changed it blue and had a good time. I also got my other car. I had to get a GT car. I got a GT version of the BMW Z4.
What does GT mean?
Grand Tourer.
It's got all the fins and stuff like that. It's a proper race
car. Oh, not Grand Tourer. Like, I lie.
Well, that's what it means. But
does it?
Yeah.
Oh. So you got a Z4.
Yeah.
Race edition.
I also, to get to the Z4 and the McLaren, I was racing Lotuses in the lower stages.
So
what do you guys think of Lotuses?
Did
cars?
I think that they're
one of the more common sort of fancy vehicles around Perth. I've seen them.
Well, they're quite cheap.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they're not that expensive. I think they start at like, I could be wrong. I think they start at about 70,000.
Okay.
Which is cheap, but. Having said that, they're cheap. They're that cheap for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they're incredible race cars, but that's what they're incredible at. They don't have a radio. They don't have air conditioning. They don't have power windows.
Yeah.
They take all of that stuff out, and then you're left with this essentially a go-kart. I think in black, they look stunning.
Yeah.
I think in colours, I really don't like the way they look. But Lotus recently, I think in the last 2 years at least, rocked up to like an auto show with 7 concept cars for the future of Lotus.
Yeah.
And I think they currently have like 3 models, and they're just like, this is where our future's going to be.
Yeah.
And most people come up like...
with 1 or 2.
Big companies will come with like a concept car for the year, or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And they came with 7 for one show, and everyone was just like, holy shit. and they're really cool looking. There's a lot of cool stuff.
There's now 2 Formula One teams called Lotus, but I don't even know which one's the official one, which one's like the rip-off one.
Oh.
I think one's like a Chinese rip-off. I don't know. Through some weird deal scheme, this guy wasn't able to call his just regular Formula One team Lotus.
Oh. That's odd.
So through some loophole. And but they're not. They've only just joined. Well, the dodgy one I think is a renamed version of the old one, but the new team is only just joined, so they're not doing that well yet. But hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll see some cool. Oh, that's right. And then that was last year, and then they left. But then Renault bought the name, so now it's Lotus Renault. The team.
Do they race around in Lotus cars, or is it simply just the brand Lotus?
Well,
because Lotus doesn't make their own engines.
Yeah, so I think they use Renault engines, and I guess the car is designed by Lotus.
Because I thought Lotus used Toyota engines.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what the other Lotus team uses.
But who's Renault in bed with? It's Nissan, isn't it? It's Renault-Nissan, isn't it? They're
in Formula One?
No. In
commercial cars?
Commercial
I don't
vehicles. Know. Or consumer vehicles. Oh,
Speaking
wow, we've got 3 uninformed food sitting around things we don't know. Yeah, welcome to Fangin.
Speaking of, what did we just talk about?
Auto News Renault?
Yeah, well, nah, my car broke down today.
Oh.
Pretty tragic.
Like a bad one.
What sort of a breakdown?
Like it's
it
cheaper
wasn't
to buy
too
a new
bad.
one, kind of.
No, it hasn't totally conked it. It's going. It just like conked out on the freeway.
Is it Fred Bain style? Conked out on the freeway, that's scary.
Yeah.
Were you doing 100?
I was doing that. Well, no, I didn't completely conk out. Like, I got off the freeway and I was driving up the on-ramp and I stopped at the lights and then it just conked out.
Oh,
but
that's weird.
The engine overheated and it was like making funny sounds and...
This is a daft question. Did you have enough coolant in there?
No, it was completely empty.
So
it
we found
may seem
a
like a
solution?
daft question.
Yeah.
So
is that the solution to the problem?
But have you overheated have you like busted something?
I'm hoping I haven't busted something by overheating the engine. Because like by the time I noticed it was like overheated, like they're doing roadworks on the freeway and so there's no emergency stopping lane.
Oh shit.
So
really?
it's like, just got to keep going.
I for those listeners back home, I had a 1985 Jaguar XJ6 for a period of time.
It was hot.
It was an incredible car. I loved it. I loved driving it. I loved looking at it. I took good care of it. I had a lot of mechanical work done on it. And, the head gasket blew and the engine overheated on the freeway, and that was scary because you could smell the burning doing 100 in heavy traffic going 100. And
did you have enough water in the...
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Everything was... It just blew. And they were just like...
Did it like... Was there a pop? It was like...
No, there wasn't a bang, but there was smoke, and there was, and when we parked, when we got to stop, and we looked, like the car was just like pissed itself underneath the engine. It was disgusting. There was this like creamy oil stuff coming out, and the RSC guy came and was just like, "No, it's fucked."
That's it.
He was just like, "That's it," and that was it.
Shit.
That was the end of it. Anyway, it sounds like your car's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not.
But on the speculative side, if your car is fucked, what are you going to do?
Probably not replace it.
Because you're going away next year?
Yeah.
Or what about Manjimup?
You're not going to get a Rodeo?
Maybe I get a Rodeo.
I thought you were going to get a Hilux.
Or a Hilux?
More, maybe.
You have to do a showdown between the two.
Yeah.
Take them out for a test drive.
Hilux.
Hilux V, yeah, Rodeo.
I've never driven a Rodeo. I've driven a Hilux, and I give that a thumb up. Yep. Took on my sphincter. It was good.
I'm not sure if Brian would be too into the Hilux. It was just our like only car.
But it's pretty cool.
It is pretty, and you can put shit in it. Like
a lot of shit.
You can transport stuff. Like
yeah, lots.
But they're not your friends asking you to transport their shit.
Oh, I don't know.
And people you don't really know that well.
Probably. You often see stickers on the backs of utes saying, "Yes, this is my ute. No, I won't help you move."
Yeah.
And also stickers on the backs of utes saying, "Fuck off, we're full." So I take most of my advice from ute stickers.
Yeah, well, that's why I figured people ask to move.
Yeah, just get that sticker.
Maybe
Fuck off, my ute's full.
I'm not helping you move.
Yeah. Combine them.
You just what? You use a work car.
Or maybe that's what they mean.
To go down.
Yeah, maybe.
Or your mum and dad.
Yeah, no, I use work car.
Yeah.
Well, I use a Murdoch car.
Murdoch.
But that'll be a hamper. A hamper.
It'll be a major shit, yeah. But it's still going.
Because you have to
Going
what?
strong.
You have to last 7 months, won't you?
That's
Yeah,
a
you
long
don't
period
go
of time.
away till mid-year next.
That's a long time not to have
Well,
a vehicle in Perth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes you can do it, but probably not Perth.
Oh, he's a cycler.
Yeah, but what about Bryony?
I don't have a bicycle.
Where does Bryony go outside of
What,
Perth.
her house? Oh, Perth.
like Perth CBD and Leadville?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. She goes around.
Where does she work, do you think?
She works at home.
She's not at the centre?
No.
Well, she doesn't need a car.
Oh, but she does like workshops at schools, and she does.
Yeah, she's getting out of schools all the
She
time.
should say, ask them, give me a cab charge for the work.
Yeah, I guess it's not that much on top of the fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's ways around it, but hopefully it won't come to that.
Fingers crossed.
I don't think it's that far.
We're going to move on to science.
Oh,
Science Hour.
Science out.
science.
Did you guys prepare? Did you guys watch the
I
video?
saw that thing. That's fucking awesome.
No.
It's like the coolest thing ever.
Can you bring it up?
Oh, okay. Well,
Can I watch it while you guys
at the
talk?
moment, so we're going to watch this on 3D, which is annoying, but
It's the future
The future of what?
of everything. It's just the future.
be ready, Campbell, to see what the future's
Okay.
going to look like.
It's like a little bit jazzy.
Maybe you should just watch, since we're both watching, you can hold
Okay,
it.
I'll hold it.
I'll watch it with you.
So we have quantum locking. The superconductor is locked in space, and it stays wherever I put it. You see, this is quantum trapping.
Why?
So as long as it's
So the it's superconducting,
I
it's
can
frozen with
flip
liquid nitrogen.
it upside down,
Right.
and it stays locked.
So the fact that it's superconducting is locking the magnetic field in three
Yeah.
dimensions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
And you
pivots.
see, because this is symmetric, it can rotate without break the locking. The locking doesn't break
Right.
because
So it stays there on the X and Y, but not on, it pivots on the.
yeah, on the axis of the magnet. So you see, if I can move it
Yeah.
on the side, it will again pivot
Oh,
on the axis of the magnet, because it makes sure that the magnetic field inside of it stays the same.
Right. It's astonishing. Can you put it on the track for us?
Yeah. I just levitated above the track quite high.
okay. So what are we looking at? Some magnets that are floating.
Yeah.
Just for those people, because this is bad radio. It looks like a magnet with dry ice. Actually, it just looks like a disc of dry ice
There's an angle in it. With
Yeah,
flying around.
Around the table.
just go around like this.
I quite like it when he puts it on an angle. So
And put it at different height, and then like this.
lock it at the height.
Lock it, yeah, different height, different configuration. And I can even lock it at
how
opposite
high can he
way.
go? Not very
Just
high.
hold it high. Doing the same
Fucking
thing,
hang
and
upside
locking it upside down, and then it is suspended.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, it was like a magnet with ice on it, and
I'll put the link to the video in the show notes.
this guy was able to kind of suspend it in midair. You know, and when I say midair, I mean like a centimeter or
Yeah.
two above another magnet.
And I mean, the video is titled Quantum Levitation, and I've seen demonstrations of similar effects where you get a superconductor magnet and you put something on top, but it's always like sitting there, like freaking out and wobbling and just flipping out.
Yeah,
But
that
it's
thing.
floating.
This magnet in the video looked
Calm.
solid. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like if it was big enough, like you could stand on that, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't worry you. It wouldn't worry it.
Now, Harry, we're a scientist down, but you're only a scientist. Is this something you should worry about, or
It's really cool.
yeah?
Yeah. Really
You know how
cool.
you think everyone's like, oh, where's our hoverboard? And I'm like, they're never gonna have a hoverboard.
We're probably one step closer now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we magnetize our footpaths,
Yeah. And get superconducting minus 70 degree.
Yeah, well, once we get
Hoverboards.
like fuel cells are small, if they just keep it, the ice just frozen all the time, and then you just put it in your fridge when you get home, and
that'd be cool. That sounds convenient.
instead of a charger, you just put it in the fridge.
This will be like bigger than the Segway, I reckon. This
Yeah.
frozen hoverboard magnetic sideway idea.
Magnetic sideway. Yeah.
You guys
I reckon it's
fancy
gonna take
Segway?
off.
If they had Segway Polo in Perth, would you try playing it?
no. Well, what is it
Segway
free?
Polo.
I don't know. I mean, apparently it's you know, and it's like there's a league in Silicon Valley, Segway Polo.
It's such a gimmick. Like, when are people going to get bored?
I saw when I was in Paris, there was...
I saw some in Peppermint Beach Grove. You can hire them somewhere in Busselton.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe I should go hire one just so I can try it out and before I judge it. You know?
Next Fangin podcast.
Yeah.
James.
We should
need
review
to
the
go to
Segway.
Segway, yeah.
It'd be great if we could start reviewing things for
Yeah.
Fangin.
So if any car companies out there,
Yeah. Or bicycle companies.
bicycle companies,
When
anything
Fred
with
gets
wheels.
back, motorbikes. I'm pretty good on a skateboard. No, that's not true. Unicycle? No, nothing.
Fangin.com video reviews. We do video reviews or audio reviews?
Yeah, well, we could do video reviews. Oh, if we get a test something to
Yeah,
drive, we do video review.
We should
Definitely.
test cars. Just go to a shop and wire everyone up with a mic, or at least 2 people up with a mic, and just film us sort of...
Amateur car review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
all
don't know
right.
if they'll let us do it or not, but...
Well, why don't we just start reviewing cars that we already have access to?
For sure, man.
Ford Laser year 2000 hatchback.
Yeah, Echo.
It's comfortable, roomy
Fading paint.
interior.
Yeah.
Slightly unreliable after 225,000 kilometers.
225,000!
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
It's quite a few.
That is a lot.
I have
100,000's
no
like
sense of scale.
100,000's like a lot of kilometers. So double and a half is like a lot.
I know our Prado like hit, I think, 100,000 really early, but then
But that's like
everyone started getting
Locals.
their own cars, and now it does like 5,000 a year or something.
yeah.
So what were we?
Well, what did we think about that magnet?
Yeah.
I mean, what are the applications of that?
I thought it was
Well, I
amazing.
assume that is that how maglev trains work?
I'm assuming.
No, I don't think they do.
They
I
just
think
use regular magnets.
I think they just use regular magnets, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And so they're not quite as efficient. Well, I don't know its efficiency.
trains is the first thing, isn't it, that you think of?
Yeah.
Especially with that demonstration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trains, elevators.
I think that's the only thing.
Well, what
you
about?
think of.
You know, you
What about
think they
something
could
like an
do it.
elevator?
Imagine like if Disney was like, "Hey, this is going to be a new thing. Everyone just travels on these boards that float around." Because Disney could afford it to install. Like they have monorails in there.
Yeah. What about
in
Apple
their
and
things.
Pixar? Google.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone can really afford it. It's probably why.
It seems. Yeah,
do
it probably would
do
be
it.
quite expensive.
I think it's pretty expensive.
Maybe
Is
the
it?
Queen should get one. The Queen should get a
She doesn't have any
crown.
money anymore.
The Queen should get a crown that does that. She could have hidden in
Quantum
her hair.
levitating above her
Yeah,
head.
she could have in her hair some of the underlaying magnets, and then the crown's just
Yeah.
floating above her.
She
like
could put
she's
it at
angelic.
any angle that she wanted it.
Yeah,
Just hold.
she could have it at a rakish angle if she was
Yeah.
getting drunk on
Yeah,
Christmas Eve.
That'd be crazy.
Nah, someone like Kanye should do it.
Oh,
Get a
Kanye.
cat.
Floating
yeah. Well, if anyone should,
halo
yeah.
around his head.
Yeah.
Or just a hat. Oh, Little John. You know, just any of those.
We should tweet that link to him. See if he reads it. That video.
Well, yeah,
Give him
and
some
suggest
ideas.
it. I mean, I think I could really see that.
Should draw up a concept
Because of the
for Kanye.
huge expense of it,
Yeah.
I think it would really appeal to people like Kanye
Yeah, yeah.
and Little John and other
like the people
musicians.
who get their teeth replaced with diamonds. kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah. You know, imagine a levitating cap.
Yeah.
And because it would be like minus 70 degrees, the halo, it'd like have this like,
Aura.
it'd have this aura, this like kind of the
Dry ice.
the
coming
dry
off.
ice kind of.
And then lighting behind it. If you lit,
Yeah.
if you lit
Oh,
yourself
that'd
from
look
behind, you have
amazing.
these beams of light. And this idea keeps getting better and better.
We're going to work on this concept. We'll
I
come
can't
back to you
see
with some
any-
drawings.
downsides with it. It's
I
pretty
can, yeah. That. Well, there we go. So essentially, this magnet would be great for trains, monorails, and floating a baseball cap above your head.
rap stars.
Yeah.
Rap stars, yeah. They should get us to do their marketing and PR.
Well, you could have your cap on your head with the magnets in it, and then like the halo above.
Yeah.
The halo that's a disc, ice cold disc.
Ah, yeah, you could do it the other way around. Could you have the metal disc, the metal halo on your head, your baseball cap with the magnets and the ice on your head as well, but the metal disc not magnetized, and then, you know, in your coat you could have a battery and a charge and then magnetize that, so then the cap would lift off
Oh.
on command, and you could send it ever. Is that how magnets work?
I think it's possible.
How do they work?
Fucking
No one
magnets,
knows.
how do they
no
work?
one knows.
Yeah.
No.
Insane
No
Clown
one knows.
Posse doesn't know either.
Fred will try and tell you, but
Magnets.
he doesn't really.
Do you see that video? I think
No
I
one
may have posted it on the club with that guy trying to explain magnets.
No.
And he's like, basically, we can't explain magnets. Even if you use science, it's like...
Really?
Yeah, because we have to use something else to explain it, and then we have to use something else to explain that thing, and eventually you get back to the point where it's just like, yeah, this just happens.
I think all science is like that, though, isn't it?
Probably.
It's sort of a point where we go, we make this assumption, and then everything else fits into place.
Yeah. So, the inappropriately judging women section.
Can we
You mean
can we change
who's the
that
hottie
judging
now?
people?
Judging people?
Oh, we were
Judging
going to
people.
do man. Who's the hottie now?
Well, James has already come up with some ideas. You need to,
well,
you need
you
to,
guys
add,
have to put it
submit
in
to
the show
notes.
If you want it in the
yes.
show. So, the Hottie Showdown is...
This is different from who's the hottie now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're expanding. We're having double the hottie.
well, I think we did a Hottie Showdown last week, no?
No,
I
we
think
did
it was
Who's
just
the Hottie Now?
No, we had Pauline Hanson versus Jacinta Camp.
Yeah, but neither of us knew who Jacinta Campbell
Oh,
was.
okay. So you picked Pauline Hanson.
No, I
Default.
I chose the.
Okay, so the Hottie Showdown, this is a CHOGM special, so we've got our own Kate Middleton, or who's now the Duchess Kate, is she? Is that
Duchess
what it is?
Kate, I think so. And our own.
Princess Mary.
Who's
So our two Australian princesses, basically.
that? Just Kate isn't Australian.
But she's
our future queen.
She's part of our.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
suppose
And Princess Mary is not our future queen, but she was actually born in Australia.
Mary's definitely the hottie.
Hottie?
Yep.
You're going Princess Mary?
Yep.
Campbell?
I think Middleton. She's just fresher in my mind.
Yeah. I'm going to go
I'm
for...
not particularly swung either way. Though probably Middleton.
Obviously, Princess Mary's had like 2 kids now. So there's a bit of...
There's that to consider.
Yeah. Well, I think that probably
Flaps a bit looser.
if they were the same age, definitely Mary.
Yeah.
But I think she's still got the edge.
Yeah.
She's got
I
that
saw this-
personality, which
I
Kate just doesn't have.
I remember when she came to Australia once, and I saw her, they gave her own yacht to race. And she was in the full yachting gear, and I was like, the hottest I've ever seen a woman look in my life, ever.
And like, look at the husband as a measure of the personality of the person.
Yeah, I think so.
What, the husband's better?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're saying that about our future king?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
real wet rag. He's a wet
He
blanket.
is. He is.
Takes after
But
his mum.
we know these institutions are run by women anyway. So he won't be in charge. She will be. Middleton.
So who do we decide? I'm going Princess Mary.
I'm going Mary.
I went Middleton.
Middleton.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just keep it nice and topsy-turvy there.
We need Fred here to be.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, it's good Fred's not here because
Otherwise it'll be a draw.
Because we just get draws all the time, I reckon.
So who's the hottie now?
Oh, our next segment.
Yeah.
Who's the hottie? This is under the inappropriately judging women.
Yeah, this
section.
falls under the same
Yeah,
banner.
under the umbrella.
Again, going for CHOGM.
Yep.
So the thing is, the hard thing about who's the hottie now is you have to pick people that are related to CHOGM and all, but not just... Even every week, we have to find some people around similar age who we've seen maybe earlier in life, or we have access to images of what they were like in earlier life, and we compare them to who we thought was the hottie then and who's the hottie now compared to what they look like now. So the two people, we've got a redhead special, Julia Gillard versus the Duchess of York,
Who's the Duchess of York?
Sarah Ferguson.
Oh,
Duchess of
she's
Fergie?
horrible. Like, whoever's up against her wins.
Julia Gillard.
Wasn't she involved in the toe licking scandal? That was her, wasn't it? Fergie.
She got done for toe licking.
I think so. I think
We
she
need
did.
the internet to Google this.
Yeah, we're down the internet. I might be able to get it going.
Don't you have 3G in your
Yeah, I do.
Harry? No.
Oh, no. Don't think so. My phone's shit anyway. It's like,
What about on your iPad?
oh, no, I've run out of credit.
I'll look up.
In the show notes, I linked to pics of the like young pics and their Wikipedia page to compare what they look like now if you want.
You know, I think my internet connection's too slow.
I would say just looking at the pictures that I think Fergie was the winner back then, but who's the hottie now? Gillard.
Definitely. It's the hair. She got it styled.
Fergie looks about the same, just older. Gillard
she
looks
doesn't.
like
She looks like a hag.
you're not a fan.
No.
She brought disgrace to the royal
She
crown.
did.
Have you always been Australian, or did you only recently get naturalised?
I think I was naturalised by default because I was like 14 or 13, under the age of consent.
Oh, okay.
So my parents got naturalised, and I was,
So you don't have to get naturalised?
No.
We don't know. One day it will come back to haunt you? Or do you got an Australian passport?
I got an Australian passport.
Oh, okay.
But I've also got a British passport now.
Oh.
I got one the other day.
Ching. What are you going to do with that when you travel?
Yeah, Fergie was involved in the toe-sucking scandal.
Yeah.
Toe-sucking.
What's the toe-sucking scandal?
I think it was in 1992. There were photos of her and Prince Andrew sucking toes
Oh.
that the paparazzi took. And then there was all sorts of questions, I think, about
Maybe he had a sore toe.
about them,
Just trying to make it
about the paparazzi, invading their privacy to such an extent where they were photographing them sucking one another's toes. Oh, here's the iconic photos, apparently. Now, I would present this as evidence. She's a freak in
Yeah.
bed. You know what I mean? She's a duchess on the street and a freak
Yeah.
in the bed.
So she could still be winning, although she's not together with that guy anymore. But is she? I think they got divorced.
Yeah, they got a divorce.
But she's still the Duchess of York. What's up with that? Because he didn't get remarried.
I don't think she is.
I'm not sure if she's the Duchess.
Well, on the
Yeah.
Wikipedia page it says Duchess of York. That's why.
Maybe that was part of the divorce.
I wouldn't even know who she's called if it wasn't for Wikipedia.
You can have the house if I get the title.
Maybe, yeah.
That's probably how it works.
Do you get tax benefits if you've got a title? You
I
probably
think
do,
the
don't
Queen
you?
hates her.
No, I don't think you do. I think you got to pay for these things. You got to
Oh, it's the other way around, is it?
yeah.
Sarah Ferguson. Who's the hottie now? Can I say neither? Is that too cruel?
Yeah, it is, Campbell.
That's not the game, Campbell.
Oh, so she was sucking someone else's toes, not her husband. Is that what it's saying?
Oh.
The only feeble defence both Fergie and John Bryan could muster up was that he hadn't been sucking her toes.
But I thought the photos were of her sucking. Him sucking her toes.
Yeah, but I think that's part of the affair. Obviously, that's how she got caught out. They had pictures of him sucking some other guy's toes that wasn't her husband.
Oh, is that
John
what
Bryan
happened?
guy, maybe.
Oh.
Unless that's his lawyer, her lawyer.
Oh, look, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. So toe sucking.
So you're not gonna put your hat in the ring, yeah.
I just got no feelings about it either way. Or I do have feelings. My feelings is just... I don't want to engage with this conversation.
Did you see that when the Queen landed, she was greeted by a female Governor General and a female Prime Minister? I think it's the first time it's ever happened.
My goodness. That's great. Shows how progressive we are.
Pussy power.
Well, that's what I think. Popping pussies, you know?
So progressive.
Yeah. I think they played independent women as well when the Queen
All the
landed.
ladies get very independent.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I think you got it.
Yeah, nice. Spot on. So what about shark attacks? Is that on the list?
No, but
Just
we
in
can add
time
it.
for CHOGM, that'll be making
Second
news
shark
everywhere.
attack in like a week, isn't it?
It's
In
like the
Perth?
third in like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon this is a clear indicator.
That's the number
of
one. I
climate
don't know if
change.
there's anyone internationally listening, but that's always the number one question Australians get is like, do people
Yeah.
really get in by sharks? And it's, yes, they do.
Just in time for CHOGM, I think.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, the answer is usually yes, they do. About one a year or something.
No,
No,
there's
it's
like
one every
20
10
a year.
years.
Oh, 20 a year.
Well, maybe Australia-wide. I don't know about
Oh, maybe no.
Yeah.
One
Not
every
even
5
globally.
years.
I don't think there's even 20
No.
shark deaths
There's got to be
globally.
20 a year in Australia-wide.
No,
Yeah.
no way.
It's on the news every time someone gets
Yeah,
eaten by
and
a
like
shark.
that's once every 2 or 3 weeks or something.
Oh, bullshit.
No.
Every 2 or 3 weeks, someone gets taken by a shark in Australia.
Do you reckon Wikipedia have this? Shark deaths.
Shark deaths in Australia. They certainly will have an article on that. And it's not
Do you
going to
reckon
be...
I wonder about sharks that have been killed? Is that's what we're going to get?
Okay, so the next question is, what do you reckon should be done about it? I reckon there should be a total ban on swimming by people.
I agree.
No swimming in the
No
ocean.
Swimming.
You can be on a boat, that's fine. Don't put your toes in.
Mm-hmm.
No going in the water. That's what pools are for, so we don't have to deal with sharks. Humans recognized really early on, sharks are pretty dangerous.
The sea is dangerous.
The sea just flat out. It
dangerous.
doesn't want us in there.
Just don't go there.
There's poisonous things, there's stabby things, there's bitey things.
There's
There are things that are-
waves and rocks.
Waves and rocks. Things
Dangerous.
that we can't breathe under there.
Yeah.
We're not
It's not
really
meant
that
for-
good at swimming. Even the Olympic swimmers, not
Alright,
that good at
okay,
swimming.
So,
And if you encounter something that wants to eat you, that's it.
You stuffed.
Yeah, you can't not get eaten in the water. If you encounter a tiger, you know, at least you've got some sort of a chance. Not a good one, but better than with a shark.
That's true.
I'd rather go toe to toe with a tiger than a shark. Any day of the week. I'd rather go up against any land mammal than a shark.
okay, so
That's what I
basically it's...
Elephant,
I'd agree. Yeah.
tiger,
It
lion,
used to be-
crocodile, anything.
It used to be an average of 1 a year.
When,
what
James?
now? Has
When?
it spiked?
In the 80s, yeah.
Has
So,
it spiked?
before the 2000s, there was an average of 20 a year. Worldwide.
Yeah, so my... that's
Yeah.
exactly what it
And
is.
now it's 62. Well, it's been varying between 59 and 62 apparently each year for the last 5 years.
Okay. And
So
what,
it's
20
gone
of
up.
those are in Australia?
I don't know. It won't say how in Australia, although about 40 of them in America.
So 40 of them. So at least...
So the other 20 probably in Australia, for sure.
What, 40
in
shark deaths a
America?
year in America?
Yeah.
James, you're making shit up. 40.
This is just Wikipedia. I don't know.
40 shark deaths a year in America, and they're asking us if people get taken by sharks? That's terrifying.
Yeah, but they had 300 more people. 300 million.
300 more people. Oh, well, that would account
300
for it.
million more
Give it
people.
5 years.
That's... No.
No.
Well, you can take it up
Seriously
with.
questioning.
Wikipedia, I'm
These
going to
facts.
seriously question that. 40 people a year?
There's been 873 shark attacks since 1791 in Australia. I don't know how many are fatal, but I think any shark attack's bad, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're all...
Oh, some are better than others.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but they're all bad.
Yeah, it's true.
but I think that's the concern. People aren't concerned that they'll get killed by a shark. They're concerned that they're going to get attacked by a shark. That's
Yeah, well, any sort of shark activity I'm opposed to. I'm quite a shark conservative, really.
But anyway, there's been 3 in the last month in WA.
Yeah. Look, here's what we should do.
Although
Nothing.
one is speculative.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
We should do nothing about it.
shouldn't kill the sharks.
No way.
give a cull.
No way. No cull, no kill, no net, no nothing.
No, they should have a net. I reckon that'd be awesome if they built a seawall around Cottesloe Beach or something. Not a net, like a solid wall, and turned it to a ocean pool sort of thing.
What, a solid wall, and you'd have like a concrete mesh kind of thing?
Yeah, or a
To let the water
steel
go through?
mesh to let the water go through.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea. How would you clean it?
You wouldn't clean it. You'd have it'd be steel mesh.
But you get seaweed and stuff washing in, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose.
It'd clog it. You think about,
What about
how you
what if
drain
fish
it.
Yeah.
get stuck in it?
Yeah,
No, but
you
you'd
could,
have big mesh this big, so sharks can't
Yeah.
get through. But
yeah, you could
Everything else.
mesh like that big.
it has to be like
we're talking
stainless
like
steel.
half a meter kind of
Nah,
holes.
just thick, steel, reinforced steel.
Well, they just wouldn't want to go through there. I think,
You'd need to clean it. You need to have divers in there once a year to give it a scrub a dub.
Maybe it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I think this section could be called "Let's solve the world's problems." Like last week, we solved the refugee situation.
Yeah,
This week we solved the shark attack situation.
Not the world. Just
I'm
let's
not
focus
sure.
on Australia. Let's keep it.
I heard on the radio, just going to the refugees. I don't know if we've already solved that, but like, it was on the radio. But there's a Four Corners program tonight about how they're like drugging all the refugees up in all these detention centres with like psychomedications. It's like.
Stop them killing themselves?
Yeah, but calm them down and like help them sleep, but they're giving them like to help them sleep, they're not giving them like sleeping pills, they're giving them like some sort of psychiatric medication which has the side effect of making them drowsy. And like that's gotta be fucking with people in those places and making them go insane.
We're already fucking with them and then we're fucking with them more.
Yeah. Anyway,
what is this source like? Why is it? So it has to be rumors. Like, is it government institution? Surely the people just going in there and saying yes, it is happening, or no, it isn't.
No, but there's some things that we need to keep secret.
Oh, but there's all like private.
Really?
There's all private corporations that run these centres. They don't want to.
God.
I saw an ad for, I think it was A Current Affair, and their top the two segments that they had on that night. One was kind of what Australian teenagers are up to at night, and lots of security footage of Australian teenagers getting in fights and things and getting pissed and so on. And the next one was what was it? Fuji Town, refugees living it up while Australians suffer. And it was just about how like refugees are having like the best time ever in refugee camps, and all the local community are like, fucking yeah. And I just thought, that's A Current Affair. That's Australia.
We're Australia, Australia. This is you. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought that's us. Sharks. So, what about you, James? I mean, you seem to harbour a
big wall in the ocean.
Yeah, I just
great
don't
fear
swim
of
in the
sharks.
ocean anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? You're guaranteed never to get eaten by a shark, then, aren't you?
I follow the Kevin Smith thing. Is that the best way to solve the problem? Don't swim in the ocean.
Yeah.
Have you seen, like, I think it's at Bondi or one of those beaches or a couple of those beaches in New South Wales where they've got, like, a little pool sort of bit right next to the ocean? And, like, waves kind of
break
in.
Well, they had one at Cottesloe. I don't know if it's still there or not.
But that never used to, like,
break water from that.
Have water from the ocean.
Yeah.
And these pools are proper pools. They're like
they're
meters and meters
like,
deep.
And they're really deep. Yeah.
They're like Olympic pools, but right on the waterfront.
And they look beautiful. Why can't we have
pretty
that
cool.
sort of stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool idea. But then, I mean, the people that are taken by sharks tend to be people that are swimming quite far out. Tend to be, aren't they?
Yeah, well, usually it's those, like...
No?
Well, sometimes. I mean, obviously...
A couple of 100 metres,
surfers probably look like
meters.
penguins in the water, you know?
Well, that guy that got taken the other day was a scuba diver, so he was kind of 30 metres offshore.
Yeah, but the other guy, the one
reef.
from Cottesloe, he was just taking his morning swim at Cottesloe Beach.
Yeah, but he was like 300 metres offshore doing a
300 metres?
But Ken Crew...
He was a long way offshore.
He wasn't even near the pylon, was he? He was in the pylon.
I don't know,
What, near the pylon?
I heard that was the first shark attack ever reported in water less than 2 metres deep, Ken Crew.
That's not true. Sharks attack people in real shallow water.
Really? Well, shark death, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
By a great white.
Great white in 2 metres?
Yeah. That was the first one ever reported.
What?
2 metres is a lot of water. Let's take it from the roof. That's like...
That's not much water, though.
That's enough for a shark.
It is enough, but you'd think... Sorry, my understanding of sharks was that they didn't like to enter.
Yeah, that was
potential man-eating sharks.
That's what everyone thought up until the Ken Crew incident. That's why it's so famous.
No, I've seen videos on YouTube of, like, great whites, like, eating seals in the surf, like...
On the beach.
Surfing waves and, like, grabbing seals off the beach.
What? Great whites? Are you sure you're not thinking about...
killer whales?
It's like...
Killer whales.
Scary.
Orcas do
Look it
that.
up. Oh, you can't fucking...
No, orcas do that.
Yeah, no, I've seen great whites, and it's like the scariest video I've ever seen. It's like...
Yeah, great whites are like... probably the thing I'm most scared of.
From the animal kingdom, not
big sea wall.
hippopotamuses?
Undersea wall. Like, just do it.
But the thing is, I go to the beach, I don't go very deep.
Yeah.
But by the sound of it, that's not going to help.
No.
It'll help.
Maybe it's
It'll
1
help,
metre, and
but
maybe the
You're not going to be immune.
the rule is just don't go in water deeper than 1 metre.
1 metre. What if you got a really little great white? They've still got big
Do
mouths.
they have a kid now? Does he go in deep
No, I
water
don't,
yet?
think, I don't think he's ever been to the beach.
You've never taken.
Oh,
kids to the
no,
beach?
that's not true. He's been to the beach.
But
we go to the
never
pool.
Swim. Yeah.
No.
Swims. Yeah.
No, that's it. He's
Oh, I
not
guess
allowed
he's
to go to the
pretty
beach anymore.
Yeah.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous. But
play
I'm
on
totally
the road.
opposed to culling of sharks or revenge killing. Unless
They get a taste. for it.
unless the wife or the spouse or the parent of that person
Is doing
Kills
is
themselves
doing
doing
it.
the
Is
killing.
doing it.
Yeah.
If they, I think this is absolutely ridiculous, and how this would get past as laws.
Yeah.
But I think if they want to take a personal revenge
Yeah,
killing, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I remember
I
the
think-
immediate family.
Sure.
Yeah, immediate family. I'm not
Speaking
talking cousins.
of revenge killings, graffiti, done.
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi. That's how the Americans say it. They think.
Yeah, it's gone.
Did you guys watch it live on
No,
Al Jazeera?
I
No.
didn't.
What was the news on Al Jazeera?
Oh, so he's dead.
Yeah.
But they were calling it like, I turned on ABC 24 and they're like, oh, he's been captured for like an hour after Al Jazeera said, oh, yeah, he's dead. So,
It's gone. Yeah, so what next? No, I mean in terms of Gaddafi.
well, I don't know what it means. I guess new people in power, are they going to be just as bad
The
as
US will bring someone new in, instate
Yeah,
someone new,
well,
and then
they
in 10 years they'll go and kill
One
that
of the reason they caught him was because a US predator fired a missile at the convoy.
Yeah.
And when everyone just evacuated the cars, then the rebels came and captured them, basically. So it was all the rebels were tipped off by the US, and not only tipped off, but the US fired missiles at the convoy with just a remote drone.
Yeah, I saw some images of his convoy, and geez, that was
Yeah, got
pretty terrifying. Yeah.
devastated.
I read a news article that speculates or estimates that Gaddafi was the richest man on earth at his time of death.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They're kind of assessing his wealth and his ownership, and they were like, "Wow, he was like the richest dude in the world."
A lot of oil in Libya.
He
Yeah,
was killed with his own gold pistol.
was he?
Apparently, yeah. They took it off and went bang. So, lots of unpleasant news this week.
Yeah,
Shark
jeez.
attacks, motorcycle attacks, and graffiti attacks. What is it? Gaddafi.
I always thought it was Gaddafi, but
Gaddafi. You're probably
but
right.
there's like a dozen different spellings of it as
yeah.
well in English, so
Yeah, it's
I
true.
don't know how you'd say it.
It's probably something different, like Hottie.
Yeah, I'm probably butchering the hell out of his name.
No.
Yeah.
Keeping on the gross subject, right? This is question of the week.
Oh, question of the week.
Question of the week.
So, I wanted to add to last week's
sorry.
one, because I was thinking about it
Yeah.
just yesterday. Last week's one was, would you rather eat a plate of your own shit or a pint of someone else's piss?
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
And I was so emphatically for the piss and against the shit
Yeah.
that I said I'd drink any quantity of piss rather than eat a shit.
Yeah.
And I'd like to add to that if I were to drink the piss, I'd have it iced, like really cold,
Really?
chilled.
That's
yeah,
the best
I
way to
don't
have
think
it.
you
in
get
the
to
fridge.
choose.
No, I think you do. I think you can. I think you
Yeah.
can have it warm or cold.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it's
Because
a pint.
you know,
so-
if you want to heat
Yeah,
up your
true.
shit, if you want to,
Can you like carbonate it a bit?
yeah. I reckon I would put
Could
it,
you put,
get it
like-
like ice cold, and
Could
then
you put
Can
like,
you, like,
fairy
mix
bread
it?
sprinkles on the poo?
yeah, I reckon you could put. I reckon you could garnish the poo. I don't think you could cook it like with. You couldn't
Yeah.
put it in a roast or anything like that, or
So
a
could you
bolognese.
dilute the piss in like a gallon of water?
Have you guys ever read? Is there any
Yeah.
food you could eat where you don't get really disgusting poo? Is there?
What?
Yep, vegetables.
Yeah, just
just normal food, James.
healthy food,
No.
not processed. Try with things that are not
No,
processed.
I don't mean like that. Like, because they still stink.
Are you thinking human centipede style? Is this what you're wondering?
No, well, I'm like, you know how if you just drink crap ton of water, basically you get to the point where
your
urine's
piss is
clear.
just clear, and it's like
Is there
Oh.
equivalent for poo?
Well, but I think that's based on the bacteria that's in your stomach. That's
Yeah.
or your digestive tract. That's what the smelling thing is.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
breakdown.
the rotting food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the bacteria that's breaking it down. But I would think, and this is quite disgusting, but we are talking about poos and having
You've had a baby.
yeah, having
Baby poo,
recently
not
had
yeah.
had a son, a child, and had to deal with a lot of poo. Meat stinks.
All right.
So when my son,
Started eating meat.
well, yeah,
It all went
yeah,
downhill.
yeah, when he was just breastfeeding, the poos didn't smell really.
Yeah.
I mean, they smelled a little bit, but not really.
Yeah.
And then, he'd eat a bit of meat, a bit of vegetable. But when it was just vegetable, or plant matter he was eating.
So if you had a vegetarian meal beforehand.
If you're having vegetarian meals, I'd propose that your poos would generally smell a lot less. Meat shit stinks.
What about the observation that vegetarian people fart lots and make stinky farts?
Yeah.
I think that's based on lentil and bean and legume consumption, which is a high source of protein, and vegetarians often supplement their diet with those as sources of protein, but the body does react by producing a lot of gas,
So if you did
which does smell.
So if you did like a, had the thing you have to do before getting your polyps checked in your rectum.
Is this where this question's
No, what's
Have you got a-
you have to starve
Are you having a
yourself-
prostate check?
No. They have to starve yourself for 2 days.
Oh.
And then you have to give yourself an enema, and then you go to the doctor so it's completely clean when he goes up there to look for the polyps. And
Yeah.
this is apparently when we turn 40, we have to do it.
So
you have to do it once a year.
So you're
yeah.
prepping.
Um,
You have to do it once a year.
yeah,
You have to get your polyps checked once a year.
yeah. Once you're 35, you have
So
to.
you got to do
get-
the 40-hour famine once a year. Once you turn 40.
Oh, I don't know the exact time, but basically you have to get everything out of your system.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And the doctor gives you all these laxatives and stuff, so it's just everything's out. There's nothing left. It's just completely clean. Not sure. No, it's true. And I heard on Smodcast.
Okay.
And my dad had one. Well,
Why
I
don't
knew
you get
about
him down?
tell him what. Well, okay, the point is, right, for this thing, if you did that, right, that same process, and then ate only lettuce for a day,
okay.
then did a poop,
What do you reckon would be the best food?
do you reckon just greens?
I reckon something like that.
What, to make a nice poo?
Yeah. Make it
Yeah.
like
Or to make an inoffensive poo?
To make if you had to choose, if they were like, oh, we've run out of urine, you have to do the poo, plated poo.
Oh,
method?
you're just so keen to get me to say how to eat a poo.
No.
You're so...
No, I'm talking
You're trying
about-
to find all these loopholes as to how... Now, don't worry.
No, but
because you won't have eaten for 2 days and you'll have had all these laxatives and then an
No,
enema.
I was
and then you
saying-
can get to pick whatever you want through your body.
Yeah.
No, I'm still choosing
If
the
you
there any-
could prepare, if you had to
okay.
eat your own poo, how would you make
Yeah.
your poo the most desirable? In order to
Do you think
eat it?
you just eat greens, like maybe green beans and lettuce, and that's
no
it?
beans?
No
I wouldn't eat
beans. I wouldn't
I'd
eat
just be eating
beans.
roughage like apples, like lettuce, leaves, like celery.
It's basically, once that gets pumped out of you, it's basically just eating rotting fruit, right?
Yeah, but it's all the bacteria that's in there.
Yeah, but maybe you could put some disinfectant on it.
Oh, what? So I'm going to drink some bleach as well?
Yeah,
Bleach on
no,
his
some
shit?
flavoured Dettol stuff or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I reckon if you ate a lot of those artificial flavors, they'd wouldn't break down. They wouldn't pass through. I reckon.
So that would be a better way to go than the greens.
Yeah, well, maybe the greens so that it has a low base flavor, and then you flavor it by eating a lot of banana flavored lollies
Yeah.
or something. But you'd have to do some research
Do
as to
you
what
have
flavors pass through and what don't.
Do you have a price? Like, is there a price someone could offer you and you're like, yes, I'll eat that pile of crap?
Why are you so keen to get me to admit to the crap?
No, it's a general. It's for Harry as well.
Yeah,
Like $1 million, would
Look,
you
there
eat
would
a
be a
plate?
price. There would be a price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm such a moral being
Yeah.
that I wouldn't eat. That I'd.
Really?
Because it's not like you have to kill anyone. You're just eating your own poo.
No, and I don't.
What
think,
would the price be? Would $1 million be enough?
I think $1 million would be enough.
Yeah.
I'm not.
eat
I'm
what?
not going to pussyfoot around.
$999.
Yeah, that's fine. And now you get negotiating. You get me down to $100, and you get me to eat a poo next week, don't you? Yes, I knew this was going there.
Guess what's happening next podcast?
Yeah, our next podcast. No, look, $1 million. Yeah, I'd probably eat a poo.
You're right.
Yeah.
What did I say last week? I probably said I'd never eat a poo.
I
Now
think
here
you'd
I am.
rather-
No,
I'd rather
you
drink
said you would have.
any
You would drink
quantity of
100 pints of Fred's urine.
Yeah, well, look,
instead of
I'd
one
drink
plate of
100 pints of Fred's urine for $1 million as well.
Yeah, but
do that
instead
for 900.
to get out of eating your own plate of poo. That's what you said.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, $1 million. Yeah, probably. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot because, it's always Oz Lotto, 100 million, and you get used to that. But $1 million, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's living mortgage-free at age 27.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And
also because, I've got a family. They'd be proud of me,
Yeah.
I think. Eating a shit and setting them up for the, the next 40 years or whatever.
Your son would be like...
He'd be well
telling
proud,
us,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. But this week's question
Oh,
is
I didn't
actually...
ask that?
No,
Oh,
you didn't.
Okay.
Because I interjected and said I
Alright,
wanted to
yeah.
amend it.
Cool.
Now I finished amending last week's question.
Okay.
So you've changed your mind, you would eat a poo now.
No, that's not it. I
Could
still prefer the
you-
wee.
Campbell loves the poo.
Stop it.
Could you ever imagine yourself in a situation where you have to dismember another human being?
No.
Cut off their penis.
No, basically, something's happened. You're being framed for murder. You've got this dead body. And your only chance of getting out of it is to just hide the body. But you have to dismember it to do it.
Like chop it up.
Yeah.
I've seen this situation on the TV before, and
Like Dexter does.
it always works out better if you just
jump
own
in.
up.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I just found.
No.
this
I'm not
body.
talking
Someone
about.
else
I'm not
did
talking
it.
about what alternative solution. I'm talking about. I don't know if you've ever done butchery. Like, have you guys ever cut up an animal?
No.
Okay, let's start off first. Could you ever, if they were like, you're really desperate for a job and only the abattoirs will take you, could you do it?
Oh yeah, if I was like really desperate for a job.
Oh, look, but we're talking how desperate. Like, I'd rather do a lot of other things than work at an abattoir.
Yeah.
My dad used
But
to
do you
work
think
at
you could
abattoir.
not do it at all? Like, full stop? Or
Oh, what part of the
do you
abattoir
reckon
am
it's
I
a
working
price?
in? Yeah, see, this is the thing again. You offer me enough money, I'll probably do
Yeah.
most things.
It's like the bit where you have to eat all the shit of the animals, and
That's not a
someone's got to
job.
eat the shit.
No, basically, I'm trying to put you guys in a situation where you've been forced to dismember this body, right? Does that
Well,
disturb you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I don't
You're not
it,
like
James.
you don't think you've ever considered being a doctor where you have to cut up cadavers and
No,
I think I'd be
No.
a shit doctor.
yeah.
I can't watch those doctor shows.
I've done a couple of autopsies on animals,
Yeah.
like in back in science.
Oh yeah. Was that like?
frog, rat? It was really interesting. I
Yeah.
found it really interesting.
But you didn't have troubles doing that.
No,
Right.
not at that point. I didn't have any problem at all. I
No.
really enjoyed it.
What if you had to cut up a human?
I wouldn't. I don't think I'd enjoy that. But I'd probably put a bag over their head and kind of just. get on
Brownie
with
makes
it.
me watch embarrassing bodies sometimes. And
Oh, I love that shit.
I don't like it.
Bum,
Was that-
bum, bum, bum.
Would you guys ever donate your body to science?
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
for use as a cadaver at these medical joints?
I'd rather donate it to art and become one of those plastic
Yeah.
art bodies.
I don't think I would.
No.
No.
Apparently what they do is when you're doing med, the first thing they do is, because they only have so many cadavers to go around, you get into group, and the first thing you have to do as a group is cut the head open in half, right? And they cut the head off from the body, and then they say, freeze that, and you're going to deal with that in 9 months' time. We'll get to that, because that's the thing we start learning about last, but we're just going to do that now to make sure it's in the freezer and sorted, so it's ready when we need it. And but the reason they do that first is because basically anyone who can't cut the head in half of a human, they get kicked out immediately, and that's how they flesh the chickens away from the eggs or
Well,
whatever.
Jamie had to do like cutting up cadavers.
Why?
Really?
It's like intro unit to like physiotherapy stuff.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah, one of the labs.
Cadavers.
Do they make him?
Dead
Maybe
people.
med would be. I mean, physio would be different. In med, they wouldn't do the head
So
thing.
when
yeah.
you say chop the head in half, do you mean chop the head off the body?
Chop the head off the body, then cut it in half so that you see the cross section of the brain.
It's
Yeah.
pretty heavy.
Oh, look, the benefits to in medicine and science that
Yeah.
that sort of behavior is.
Better a
Right.
dead person than a live person.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'd rather do it to a dead person than a live person.
Did you guys go see that movie where it was 24 hours or whatever? He had to cut off his own arm to get out of that rock.
No.
Oh, I heard that on like the radios. That like gives me nightmares.
Yeah. Do you guys think you can do it, or you just give up?
I'd probably do it.
I'd probably give up.
But just looking at the fact that other people have done it,
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I hadn't heard someone else had done it, I probably wouldn't
try to
So I'd
do
freak out about,
it. Blood loss and stuff.
Yeah, blood loss. Like have a tourniquet on probably.
Yeah,
all that
tourniquet.
stuff.
But I mean, there's a couple of people who've done that.
Yeah.
There's some dude who, like, his boiler fell over in his basement and trapped him for days, and he had to cut his arm off or something. And you just think, well, it's kind of a normal almost. It's normalized.
Yeah. So this has been a real upbeat episode. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
CHOGM, special
CHOGM!
edition.
Yes, welcome to the Queen. Welcome back. When was the last time she was here? It was a long time ago. I think it was like the 50s or something.
No,
No,
she's
it's
been.
like 10
This is
years
her
ago.
16th visit. She only came a few years. She opened that Eternal Flame up at Kings Park. And that was only hasn't been around that long.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, welcome back. We've missed you. You should come more often.
What do you guys think about the jets flying about? Could you ever?
I haven't heard him.
Could you ever imagine?
Oh, you haven't heard them?
Crashing a jet?
Whoa. Yeah, I used to play F-18 or something.
Oh,
so
yeah.
realistic and fantastic.
Yeah, if ASIO's listening,
Yeah.
someone used to practice crashing the jets all the time.
Into the large green expanse of single-coloured.
Suburban.
Do you think you guys, you're on this plane where everyone else is dead, like a 747, and you're the only person alive? Do you think you would back yourself to land the plane, or were you trying to jump out or something?
No, I definitely.
What do you
land
mean,
it.
jump out?
Like,
I try to land
wait till
it.
it's just a few meters off the ground and just bail out and see if you
At
do a
like
roll,
300
a
k's
barrel
an
roll.
hour.
No, I don't reckon I'd survive a barrel roll with that. I mean, I'm not making light of it, but that guy in the MotoGP or whatever,
Yeah.
he had all his safety gear on and he was doing maybe like 200 or something, or 300, and he crashed. And, he was, inch off the ground when it happened. I don't like my chances of...
Have you guys
Jumping
seen
out
Night
of
and
it.
Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz?
No.
I saw the advert.
You should see it just for the opening scene. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Is it? Is it actually pretty cool, or is it pretty shit?
It's like it's just a really cool concept.
Oh.
Trying to put yourself in their position. Well, I mean, in Cameron Diaz's situation. But you'll see what I mean if you see it. Don't watch the rest of the movie, just that.
I watched Marley and Me night before
Oh,
last.
did you
Hey.
cry?
No, I'd already seen it, and
Oh.
it's probably my most hated movie.
Because it's so sad, or because it's such a...
No, that's not why I hate it. It's just
that
like
so
the
manipulative.
worst. It's just so bad. It's
Yeah.
so unbelievably bad. And Jennifer Aniston is so flat and so deadpan through it.
Man, Jennifer
And
Aniston is
I saw Horrible Bosses the other day.
What's she like in that?
She plays a pretty different character, but it's nothing amazing.
No, I think she's just a really bad actress. I think she's honestly really bad. I think it would be better if Lisa Kudrow's career after Friends had shot off like Jennifer Aniston's.
Yeah, did you watch her HBO series, Lisa Kudrow?
No.
The Comeback, or whatever it's called?
Mm-mm.
Apparently it's really good. I've obtained it.
Or even Courtney Cox. I'd rather she'd be.
Have you seen Cougar Town?
No. I'm guessing she's not, but I'm guessing she's no. How could she be worse than Jennifer Aniston? She's just so unlikable
I
and so
think-
boring.
I think you've found what's worse about...
Oh, really? Really? Okay.
I guess just because Jennifer Aniston went out with Brad Pitt.
Well, that's right. They were married, and that's it. I think that's all.
Sent her off into
Mm.
superstar. No, but apparently she's really terrible in real life.
As a person.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I hear from Brad Pitt. That's what he tells me. She's just a bad
he married
person.
her.
Yeah, I always got the impression she was a bad person. Never liked her.
I've always been in Camp Angelina through that whole thing. Even when there was speculation about him cheating on Jennifer Aniston with Angelina.
Oh, you should see
I
her.
was
She's
like,
okay in what was that
Who
movie?
wouldn't?
I was like, oh, well, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Angelina. Do you guys like Angelina Jolie? Well,
Yeah,
we should
she's
save
great.
that for a shootout. Jennifer Aniston.
Well, she'll.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
yeah. Who's the hottie now? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Looking back then, when Angelina Jolie.
No, there's no.
Before they were
they're not
famous.
in the same league. They just
Well, obviously we know who's hottie now, but what about back then?
No, but that's not the question. The
I guess
question is
so.
who's the hottie now?
Yeah, okay. So next week, I hope you guys will put some
Check the
stuff
show
in the
notes.
show notes. Otherwise, you're just going to be talking about what I want to talk
That's
about.
fine. I quite like not knowing what we're going to talk about. Damn, another one.
That's a wrap.
That's money in the bank.